Macklin Celebrini game-winning goal. The franchise is forever changed.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker of the Reef, also the co-host of Western Conference Tuesdays on the Locked On NHL channel. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network, we cover your team every day, especially when Macklin Celebrini scores a game-winning overtime goal. So if you want to be an everydayer, all you have to do is just follow wherever you get podcasts, or you can watch on YouTube as well. And today, that was a fun game. We're going to be breaking down these Sharks 5-4 overtime winner over the Detroit Red Wings. Talk about why this is the proof of concept game for the Sharks and dig into the numbers of this game. So before we get to all that, do want to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by Indeed. Still searching for a great candidate for your company? Don't search, just match with Indeed. This is why you lost all those games all those tough. Just think back, right? How many times did I have to come onto this podcast last year after the Sharks lose their 9th straight game and tell you guys, just wait. There's something better coming. He's here, kids. Like, he is here. Macklin Celebrini scoring the game-winning goal in overtime, and you knew it was just a matter of time the way he was playing tonight. Him and Smith. We'll get to Smith here in a minute and stuff, but we got to start with Macklin, who you're seeing it in front of your own eyes. Just his way he plays, the way he changes the Sharks, and the way he's going to continue to change the Sharks as he just gets better and better and better. An absolute beautiful goal tonight. Just again, when you're on the ice with Patrick Kane, who's arguably the greatest American hockey player ever, this feels like passing the torch moment. That, like, there's so many things that this moment here with Celebrini scoring. I know it's one game. The Sharks played pretty well, but they had their issues, as they continue to do. But guys, this is the start of something huge for San Jose. Like, they keep that the future is teal that they've, adopted. Moments like this are why the future is teal, because you finally have a special player in your hands with Macklin Celebrini. He changes the numbers. He's a game changer. He changes everything you do, right? And the Sharks, they still have a long way, and they need to continue to grow and cultivate this thing. But what you're seeing out of Celebrini and the way he plays hockey in all three zones, it is hard to find players like that, and the Sharks got one. They have one. They have that pillar piece in Macklin Celebrini. It just makes everything that we went through last year worth it, right? All those losses, guys that are forever going to be, just, oh yeah, remember that guy, players, as they've come and gone with the franchise, but now it is a new day. The Sharks win 5-4 in overtime. Yeah, Celebrini's great. And you see him and Will Smith just growing. And Will Smith, I thought, had a great game as well tonight. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that, but like kind of why this is, I'm calling it the proof of concept game for the Sharks. But William Eklund, right? Kind of that first real piece from the 2021 draft. 2 goals tonight. And I said it yesterday. 2 players who, I said it last week too. The 2 players in the franchise who need to score some goals right now. Daniel Gushin, he gets 2 on Saturday. William Eklund gets 2 on Monday. And I bet right now you're going to see Eklund, who has been scoring, like he has been producing, right? Assist. I think he's got 6 points now in his last 5 games, like continually, consistently producing. But now seeing it go in the back of the net, wouldn't be surprised if we get a little run from Eklund here, who is way overdue. Great game from the Lund line. Absolute great game from the Lund line. Great game, like all 4 lines tonight, I thought played well and showed why this team is even this season, right? This team is going to continue to get better and better. And that's what we talked about even the beginning of the year. This team is going to get better as the season goes on. And that's what you want, especially with so many young players and so many pieces coming together. But it starts with Celebrini, right? And it almost feels like we got cheated with him getting injured and missing 12 games. It feels like we got cheated on what could have been with Celebrini, but that's fine. You have Celebrini now, and you have Celebrini for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I'm almost speechless by like what he can do, right? I mean, tonight, like that goal that he scored, that's insane. That's like not every player, like every type of player can do that. He's a special player. And Cam Talbot, who's had a amazing start to the season, like the Sharks scored a ton of goals. Like Cam Talbot coming into this game at like a 934 save percentage coming into this game has been absolutely stellar for the Red Wings. And Celebrini was just like, I'm better, dude. There's like one-on-one right now. I'm better. And puts it like between the glove, between the pad, like just we got a dude. Yeah. Again, it's so awesome. It's so freaking awesome. Wandering the desert for the past 4 seasons after the Sharks Western Conference final run, just kind of wandering the desert looking for something, and you found something in Macklin Celebrini. But performance tonight, though, like this is going to be the proof of concept game, and we're going to kind of go into that here a little bit more in the second segment. But with the Sharks, like it's only going to get better. Like you have pieces coming, right? Even in the AHL right now, you have Muka Madulin, Cagnoni, Colin Graff, Philip Beested. Like you have so many and that doesn't even include Musty and Haltonen, and like you have so many pieces that are going to be coming, and getting Celebrini and Will Smith and Eklund as those first foundational pieces ready to go. So when you start applying other pieces in there, they can hit the ground running as well. Man, it's going to be really fun to be a Sharks fan here really quickly. So let's talk about why I think this is the proof of concept game for what the Sharks are trying to build here. We'll kind of dig into that and maybe why this might be a springboard moment for San Jose. So we'll get to that here in just 1 second. We're driven by the search for better. When it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't a search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data. And a matching engine helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. So, join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/lockedon. Just go to Indeed.com/lockedon right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/lockedon. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire. You need Indeed. All right, before we continue and we talk about kind of proof of concept for what the Sharks are trying to build here, do want to, of course, thank you guys for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. For your second listen, when you're done with this show, go check out Locked On Fantasy Hockey. So if your fantasy hockey team needs some help and some support, who to drop, who to search for on the waiver wires, who to maybe target in trades, they got you covered there. Or check out one of the other great shows in the Bay Area. Of course, you have Locked On Niners, Locked On Warriors, Locked On A's, and Locked On Giants. All those shows available wherever you find this show. And of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. All right. Why I think this is a proof of concept game. So this is kind of what I think Mike Grier envisions his team going forward, right? Is insanely skilled. Like, you have really skilled lines, right? You have the Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith line with Barclay Goodrow. And Goodrow is, of course, not, hopefully, a long-term fixture there. But again, the Sharks, you only have so many good players right now. So Goodrow kind of knows his role in that line. And that line has been working, especially tonight, was working really well. But you see just the skill and creativity with Celebrini and Smith putting those together, right? And line was great tonight. Like, I know last game against when they played on Saturday, some trouble defensively, and you're going to have to live with those mistakes when you play Celebrini and Smith together. But the upside right now of what they give you offensively, you saw it tonight, and they were probably overdue like a goal at 5-on-5 just because of how, like, the way those two whip the puck around in the offensive zone. It's just not like anything else the Sharks have right now. Like, you compare it to the Lund line, right? That line works really well because Granlund and Eklund are really good at protecting the puck. Zetterlund's good at going to get the puck. That line is a very patient line, right? Where they're just going to grind you out and try to find those opportunities. And yes, Eklund and Zetterlund and Granlund are very skilled players, and they kind of know that balance of, I'm going to grind you out, find my opportunity, and then make the most of it, right? And how often you see they're working the boards, and then Eklund will make a little drop pass or make a little kind of pass to while he's behind the net. Like, that line, that's how they go. Celebrini and Smith, those guys are like freaking Ferraris, where they're just like, we're going to go in fifth gear, sixth gear. I don't know how high Ferraris go. I assume sixth gear. But anyway, they're going to go as whatever the highest gear possible is. We're just going to go. We're going to try to score off the rush, and then we're just going to get the puck, and we're just going to keep whipping this thing around until we get an open shot. And Ryan Warsofsky and Mike Grier, this is what they envisioned, right? And just wait till you get Quentin Musty and Casper Haltonen and whomever else, whatever free agents are available who are going to want to come play here. Just wait till you start getting those pieces in there. And it's not Celebrini and Smith and Barclay Goodrow, who again, Barclay Goodrow has his role in that line, right? He knows exactly what he's supposed to do. He kind of provides the muscle, right? He's going to go forecheck, he's going to get the puck and give it to the kids and let the kids go do their thing. Very good dad status from Barclay Goodrow in that. But you see, and then wait till they get that third line. Like, and you see, like, Wenberg and Toffoli, I think, had a solid night as well. Good thing Tyler Toffoli seems to have found his scoring touch. this is the style of, and then a fourth line, which that fourth line was great tonight, other than Delandria taking a really bad penalty at the end of the third period that let the Red Wings tie this game up. But you're seeing this team starting to come together, and you're starting to learn, and especially after they scored the goal, to put them ahead when Toffoli scored to put them up 4-3, and it was about midway through the third period, and I thought, okay, now we're gonna have to play "Hang in There, Baby" cat poster for the rest of the game. But no, the next like 3 shifts, the Sharks spent in the offensive zone, and this is something we have not seen from them this season, right? How often I did my podcast a couple weeks ago about how often do the Sharks, as soon as they score a goal, they give it back, right? And the average time was like 3 minutes, with multiple times where it's just like right then and there. And if this is where this team's getting better and learning from their mistakes and applying those things, they kept the foot on the gas tonight. And I thought this was going to be a special teams battle. The Red Wings kind of, got the best of the Sharks special teams wise, but the Sharks were able to respond when they needed to. And again, like, they controlled pace of play. Like, how many games this year have you, like, from kind of start, most of this game, other than the beginning of the second period, terrible start to the second period, but then the Sharks found their way and got back in this game and took control, right? How many games can you think about where the Sharks score and then they control pace of play for the next 5 minutes? Not too many, unless you're thinking like Utah, where they were basically trying to come back, right? Games where the Sharks had the lead and then they kept pace and they kept pushing and they kept trying to get that next goal and make it a 2-goal game, right? And not just sit on, we're happy that we scored 1 goal, let's just kind of hang out here. That is what we're going to hopefully start to see more of. And I know the Red Wings are not a good team. The Sharks are a good team right now either, but I think this is what Mike Grier envisions when he says we want to be a hard team that's highly skilled, fast, and tough to play against. And you got that tonight, right? This team was tough to play against. They made life hard for the Red Wings. They responded when things got tough, right? It would have been very easy for them, especially giving up kind of some of the. There was some really fluky goals on both sides tonight. Would have been really easy, especially after the one that goes off the run skate, to kind of get down on yourself and be like, we just battled back to make this a 2, to tie this thing up. And then we give it up this goal, right? And this team, they just kept going to work. But it's not like it's, yes, they have their fair share of grinders, more than their fair share of grinders, but you're seeing it from the top end guys. Like I said, Celebrini and Smith, who were absolutely dynamite tonight. And the defense, just wait till they start getting more skilled players on the defense. Like your Dickinsons, Canyones, Thompson starts playing more, like Mukamadulin, like, wait till they start getting those guys going. And then you have Askarov, who's just sitting there watching this whole game. So yeah, I think this is what Mike Grier envisions when this team is good, is them playing like this. And I think Ryan Warsofsky, what I like about Ryan, like, he is willing to let these kids kind of figure it out, right? You saw there was a moment in the game where they kind of spent that line, the Celebrini Smith line spent, a lot of time in the defensive zone. He came up, patted them both on the shoulders at the same time, and basically was like, get to work, guys. Like, if you work hard in the defensive zone, you're going to get reward in the offensive zone. And those guys responded. And that's exactly what you want to see. So I think hopefully this is kind of that start, right, for the Sharks. And again, I'm not expecting a playoff team, and you should not be expecting a playoff team. That is not what is best for the franchise right now, right? You don't want to be the Kraken, who made the playoffs a couple years ago, and then I've been struggling to kind of figure out who they are. You just want to see improvement. and we're seeing improvement. Just even in this, month plus, you're seeing improvement. So we're going to dig into the numbers of this game, kind of talk about how the Sharks were able to do it. Look at Mackenzie Blackwood's night. Check out, of course, how the Lions performed. All that great stuff here in just 1 second. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in award winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to $100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So sign up today. You'll get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive a $50 bonus as guaranteed. With PrizePicks, you can win money as your favorite player collects points. So if you think Macklin Celebrini does it again on Wednesday night and has more than half a goal in him, you just pick more for Celebrini, your PrizePicks entry, and turn your predictions into cash. So download the app today. Use code LOCKEDONNHL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, use code LOCKEDONNHL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, let's dig into the numbers of this game. So, Sharks did really well, guys. Did very well. And 48 minutes of 5v5 time, 51 to 35 shot attempts in favor of the Sharks, 27 to 14 actual shots at 5v5. Again, a Sharks team controlling pace at 5v5. Pinch me right now. 25 to 18 scoring chances, 9 to 7 high danger chances. Expected goals for 1.93 to 1.52 in favor of the Sharks. Again, who would have thought? What a world, the Sharks controlling pace of play. And again, it really was a little bit of a dip in the second period where Detroit kind of took pace of play, but then the Sharks got back to it. And especially in the third period, where I know they were kind of down a little bit there, but they tied it back up. They get the goal that puts them in the lead, and then they continue to, like I talked about earlier, continue to push the pace and continue to create offense there. In the third period, like I said, where it's either tied or the Sharks are winning, 16 to 7 shot attempts, like 10 to 2 scoring chances. That's what good teams do. They continue to push and make it even harder for you to score. And the only thing that would have been better is if they had gotten another, like if they'd made it 5-3 in the third period there, and they had a chance on the power play, and that's where great teams put it away there, where you go up 2 with 3 minutes left and you basically put the game away. But still, we're baby steps. We're learning how to win. Tonight was a great night in the learning how to win categories. So looking at the forward lines tonight, so we had the Lund line lead the way in time on ice, 11:30, 8 to 10 shot attempts. Actual shots was 3 to 6, had a goal, gave up a goal. The expected goals for on natural stat trick are kind of acting up. Celebrini, Smith, Gaudreau line played 10:52, 13 to 8 shot attempts, 6 to 4 actual shots tonight. What a performance by that line. That is beautiful. Wenberg, Delandria to Foley, 9:55, 9 to 12 shot attempts, 4 to 4 actual shots, had a goal and gave up a goal. Then the Costin Cunning Grunstrom line played 7:37, 8 to 2 shot attempts, 7 to nothing actual shots, and 1 goal for that fourth line tonight was outstanding. Best clean Costin, that was the best we'd seen from him all season. Looked like the clean Costin from last year. Even had a little bit of Costin with Celebrini and Smith, and that was really fun. But hopefully for Costin, whatever happened at the beginning of the season, like we can put that away and kind of continually to let's move forward for Costin. So pulling up the Corsi for the defensive pairs. So Ferraro, Liljegren, they had 17-8 shot. Oh, sorry, 19-7 shots, 73.08 Corsi 4. Wallman Cece 17-13, 56.67. And then Thrun Ruda 35.71 Corsi 4 with 5 to 9 shots. It was surprising to see Ferraro Liljegren. Ferraro had a really not great play where he just kind of slide that leads to the game tying goal. But I'm gonna be nice to Ferraro tonight because his line did very well. His defensive pairing did very well tonight. So finally, let's look at Mackenzie Blackwood's numbers. So Blackwood, it was very much high danger for Blackwood, like not a lot of quantity, but very high quality tonight. He made some ridiculous saves tonight, especially there's one on Andrew Kopp where I still don't know how he saved that. Just his lateral movement is something I don't recall a goalie in San Jose being able to make those types of moves with him. Just being able to get from side to side, stretch out, and just stop pucks that should be going in the net. For 100%, that one that goes in that gives the Red Wings the 3-2 lead. Fluky goal, but I guess that makes up for the William Eklund fluky goal that just kind of goes off the top of Talbot's glove there. But Blackwood was again outstanding. I know we want to see Askarov, but like I said yesterday, this is Askarov. This is Blackwood's net until someone pries it from his cold dead hands because he has been absolutely outstanding. And I know like there's a lot of teams kind of circling the Sharks and circling Blackwood, or mainly Colorado. Like, how do you not just want to ride into next season with Blackwood and Askarov and say, go have fun, kids. Like, go. Like, you too, go do it. Like, and I think Blackwood, especially with what he's kind of gone through, I think would be a great tandem partner for Askarov. But anyway, that's for discussion for another day. Blackwood made 17 saves on 21 shots. Again, expected goals right now are a little bit off, so we don't know what he, it's like 810 save percentage, not great. 396, but 8 high danger saves on 9 high danger shots there. 4 for 7 on mid danger and 4 for 4 on low. He only faced 4 low danger shots. Like the Red Wings are very much like quality over quantity opponent, and he made some ridiculous saves. I don't like if you just look at the box score, it does not do justice for what Mackenzie Blackwood did tonight. He was absolutely outstanding. So be interesting to see, especially with Vitek Vanecek. We're not sure if he's going to make the road trip as the Sharks now go back on the road. They play Dallas and then they play the Blues. I would expect Askarov to get one of those starts. So if I had to guess, I assume Blackwood gets the start against Dallas. And then Thursday, we see Askarov's debut against the Blues. So that's my guess. We'll see. Again, we'll know more if Vitek Vanecek travels, but I don't think he's going to travel. I think I'm just guessing. I think they want to. You want to let Vitek Vanecek get healthy, and the way one Blackwood's playing, and two, you kind of want to see your shiny new toy in Askarov. So I kind of expect Askarov to get a start here. So that's gonna be it for me today. We'll be back tomorrow since the Sharks have actually now hit the quarter point of the season. We're going to look at kind of what we've learned about the Sharks over this 25 or these 20 games, and kind of dig into the numbers. So it's probably going to be a very heavy slide episode if you like watching the slides on YouTube, but plenty of good stuff. So we'll be back for that. We've got 2 more games this week. We got Jumbo's jersey retirement on Saturday. Big week in San Jose. So make sure you guys are following wherever you get podcasts. Of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Locked On Sharks. Follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Until tomorrow, bye, friends.